cheater. Outside, the rain had started to pour down hard. However, inside the cousin room, it was loud and cheery. It could have been raining spears, and no one would have paid any attention. Full house! Take that! Whoa, you weren't bluffing. The cousins were all bursting with energy, sitting in a circle on the bed. I thought Balor always had crap in his hands every time he acted tough. Of course! I've been losing all this time just to make you think that! Show me a Balor, the man who lose strategically to win the end!
Ah! Balor's incredible! All my coins have disappeared again!
I'll give you some of mine. Let's crush Balor together, okay? We're gonna put him in a punishment game, just like in Higurashi. With just a deck of cards, the cousins could enjoy themselves for hours and hours. They were so engrossed that an occasional thunderbolt hardly even registered as static in the background. I'm starting to get hungry. I wonder if dinner's ready yet. Who knows? It should be ready soon. Goda and the others really went all out for tonight. Which means we got a lot to look forward to. Is this to celebrate my long-awaited return? I heard from Shannon just now it's going to be a Halloween party. They'll set up a buffet in the hall. It sounds incredible.
A Halloween party? Incredible! Incredible! Ah, ah,
ah! Yeah, who is it? There was a knock. The door opened and Angie was there. She had been sleeping in her parents' room. Hey, Angie! So you woke up?
They said it's time for dinner, so we have to go to the mansion. They said to get ready. Dad! I'm hungry!
Because she was the hungriest, Maria celebrated more vigorously than anyone else. She jumped up happily and hopped on the bed. As the others all clambered off the bed and started putting their shoes on, Kiri and Rudolph came into view. Hey, brats. Time for food, so get ready. It looks like today will be extra special. I can't wait to see it.
Ah! I know! It's a Halloween party! A Halloween party? I know and Angie doesn't! Mom, what's a Halloween party?
Who knows? We'll have to go and see for ourselves. Everyone ready? It's about time to go. Is everyone here? Please follow me. Maria, over here. Your collar's crooked. I'm starving. The food's the best part of these family conferences. Are you starving too, Angie? Ava smiled at Angie.
Yeah! I'm starving!
Angie, that's I'm hungry, right? Don't worry about it. Yeah, I bet you're starving. My stomach's rumbling too. Okay, let's get out of here. Looks like the wind's blowing hard outside. Make sure you don't lose your umbrellas. Everyone, please take an umbrella. Here's your umbrella, Angie.
Thanks, Aunt Ava!
Girls really are so cute. Come over to play at your aunt's house one of these days. It's a promise, okay? It looks like Aunt Ava's taking a liking to Angie. Yep. Apparently, Mother really wanted a daughter. I heard that too. I think she adored me too when I was little.
My mama said she really wanted a son. Ah!
If your kid grows up happily, it doesn't matter if they're a boy or a girl. Maria's my precious, precious gift from God. They got outside. The wind was fairly strong. Ava, who had really hit it off with Angie, offered to share an umbrella with the little girl. It was hard to tell what they were chatting so excitedly about, but they seemed to be getting along splendidly already. Balor opened his umbrella as he watched this. His little sister was cute when she clung to him, but she was just as cute and adorable when looking up at someone else with a happy smile. The wind and rain were strong, but even this must have been the perfect spice to heighten their anticipation of the coming meal. Thanks to some festive decorations, the main hall had been renamed to the scene of a Halloween party. The Ushinomiya family always took meals in the dining hall. This was the first time I've ever seen a buffet-style party set up in the main hall. Yo, battler! Hey, Maria! Long time no see.
Beto! Happy Halloween! Trick or treat!
I have some candy for you, but now is not the time. After all, it's just before a meal. Thank you, Beatrice. I see you're looking as beautiful as ever. You too, Rosa. You certainly don't look old enough to be a mother. Have you been drinking? Your ears are looking pretty red there. Well, after you left, Kinzo said he brought this rare drink, so I couldn't help but sample a bit. And this is coming from a person who tells little kids not to eat candy before a meal. Pardon me, Beatrice and the master is calling for you. I saw Kinzo beckoning over by the portrait. Good grief. When it comes to ceremonies, that man is always so obsessed with form. It's probably about that ceremony for the gold's return. This is a huge turning point for the Ushinomiya family. You better go and play along. It does make one feel a bit lonely, though. This won't change the fact that you're the Ushinomiya family alchemist. Perhaps. Then I'll be back shortly. See you later, okay? According to Genji, today's party has a bit of a theme to it. You'd better look forward to it. You make it sound like you did any of the work. You're another one who obsesses too much over details. Later.
Oni-chan, is something going to happen today? Is it a special day?
It looked as though even Angie had picked up on that much. She seemed to be getting tense for no reason. This is a special day for the Ushinomiya family, but it doesn't have anything to do with you personally, so you should just relax.
Okay. That's right. Hey, did you know? I just heard a huge secret from Aunt Ava. Even Maria doesn't know, but I'll tell you.
Oh, so what's the secret?
Okay. I heard that if you get an almond in yours, you win.
Win? Is this like a lottery or something?
Anyway, if you get an almond, you win.
Angie puffed out her cheeks. Apparently she wanted to be praised for sharing this exciting secret. But just knowing that almonds win doesn't really explain much. Okay, I got it. Thanks for letting me in on that major secret.
You're mean, Oni-chan. I even told you my secret.
Angie still puffed her cheeks out, headed back to where Aunt Ava was. They really are getting along well. Well, I guess I have no problem if it's her aunt. If it was some guy from her class, I don't care if they're in elementary school. It's not happening. No playing with the opposite sex without Oni-chan's approval. At that moment, Genji's voice rang out. The chatter gradually subsided, and the rain outside once again became apparent. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask for your silence. Silence filled the room. All the relatives seemed vaguely aware that tonight's festivities consisted of more than a Halloween party. Valor already knew. This is a ceremony to mark the return of the gold from Kinzo to Beatrice, which had been borrowed for so many years. And now the fact that was being announced by Kinzo himself. He spoke of how this gold had not only restored the Ushinomiya family, but brought it to a level of wealth they had never before experienced. He spoke of how he would finally return this gold to Beatrice, the one who had saved the Ushinomiya family. Kinzo personally handed an ingot decorated with a bright red ribbon to Beatrice. This is the debt we owe to the 3 generations of Beatrice, the Golden Witch. The Ushinomiya family will never forget. Sheesh. If you were nowhere to put it, I'll be happy to take it off your hands. Beatrice. It was hard to imagine Beto, of all people, getting admonished by Genji. I couldn't help but laugh. I am Beatrice, the Ushinomiya family alchemist. Tonight I acknowledge the end of the loan contract for the 10 tons of gold. Now several decades following my grandmother's generation, the time has come for the eagle that lost one wing to fly once more. I'll watch over that eagle and pray for its prosperity in all generations to come.
Applause filled the hall. Though she managed to make such a dignified speech for once, as soon as it was over, she stuck her tongue out and leered at us. Guess that's the limit to how long Beatrice can stay serious.
By passing her name on through the generations, Beatrice the Golden Witch may live for thousands of years. Therefore, even her descendants shall be Beatrice, and all shall be alchemists to this family. The descendants of the Ushinomiya family will praise Beatrice for her gratitude forevermore, and this will be passed on through the generations. This family will always be indebted to Beatrice. She will always be our family, tied by a noble bond.
Let those who acknowledge this show their recognition with their applause.
After Genji's words, the relatives all looked at each other and started applauding at once.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Beatrice, you are a member of the Ushinomiya family. That is a bond more sacred than one of blood.
Of course, lending money is more important than being a blood relation. Beatrice.
After that, Kinzo's long-winded speech continued. Tonight, Kinzo would retire as the Ushinomiya family head, and he announced that he would reveal the distribution of its inheritance. A stir of excitement spread across the siblings in money trouble when they heard they wouldn't have to wait for Kinzo's death to get their shares.
I am aware that each of you is in trouble with money. This should be enough to resolve all those problems. But do not grow complacent. This is my inheritance, given to you before my death. In the past, though I have been strict, I've always watched over you. However, beginning tonight, your father will cease to provide support of that kind. I shall watch on as you take flight, as though watching down upon you from the heavens. No longer will I interfere. You may live however you please.
Dad. Father. We understand. We will certainly take flight on our own.
Here and now, all of us siblings swear to work together to make the Ushinomiya family even more prosperous.
That's right! If we stick together, nothing can stand in our way. Hideyoshi laughed, but Genji admonished him. However, he could understand why they were so happy. So far, the siblings had quarreled ruthlessly over the inheritance. However, this evening, the inheritance had been neatly split apart, and they no longer had any need to scheme for money. In other words, the siblings no longer had any reason to squabble with each other anymore. On the contrary, this is a time for them to join hands and help each other become more and more prosperous. Ava and Rosa were sniffing, with tears in their eyes. And so was Rudolph. Perhaps now, despite their ages, they finally left the nest for real. Tonight, the eagles of the Ushinomiya family would leave Rokenjima, the nest weaved from the witch's magic, and go their separate ways, with their own power and determination. It made Kinzo think, if only I had done this from the start. If he had solved the inheritance problem himself, there would have been no need for his children to quarrel at all. Instead, he acted in a sullen manner and left the problem to them, which had resulted in their strained relationships. Yes, it was all his responsibility. And now, the intertwining bonds had been released. It was as though an invisible rope had been wrapped around Kinzo's body. That rope was now gone. He felt a sense of release he hadn't experienced for many years. The four siblings stepped forward, and before Kinzo, they swore to all support Kraus, the new head, and lead the family to greater prosperity. Their faces sparkled with an unexpected youthfulness. It was only natural. After all, none of the four had made such a natural-feeling promise since the time they were kids. As the vibrancy of their youth returned to them, the siblings made a promise once again. Kraus finished his announcement A friendly applause filled the hall. The cousins. The servants, too. Joined in on the applause that continued on and on. Angie watched this dumbfounded. The four siblings were supposed to have quarreled with each other constantly since they were kids. They were supposed to have pointlessly locked swords with Kinzo's inheritance as their goal, their worries over money spurring them on. Thanks to the ceremony, even the world of truth, the world that I acknowledge, has been rewritten. Were they actually friendly towards each other, or did they quarrel all the time like I believe? It doesn't matter. Either way, right here, right now, all those problems have been resolved. I mustn't believe. This is just Oni-chan's farce. Even though I knew that fact, when I watched Dad and the others hugging each other with teary smiles on their faces, I couldn't help but feeling something warm welling up in my eyes. I won't believe. This is all Oni-chan's farce. What will you have to see? What will you have to hear before you let yourself believe? Red, if you say it with the red truth, is everything that can't be said in red a lie? I won't believe. This is just... Angie looked at the floor and fell silent. As the game master, Balor was able to use the red truth. However, that rule only exists on a witch's game board. The world of humans, red truth doesn't exist. People see things, hear things, and when they believe that something is worth believing, they accept it as a red truth. Unless Angie accepts it, no kind of truth can become truth. Balor wanted her to realize this. There was no point in using the red truth, a rule of this game, to force the truth on her. Angie would have to use her own power, her own heart, to accept the truth as truth. The decision was Angie's. No one could force her to decide either way. So there was nothing wrong with Angie declaring this scene to be a farce. But if so, then what about the hot tears dripping down Angie's face? Angie would have to think that through herself, without anyone telling her. After one sniffle and a rub of her eyes, Angie let the 6-year-old version of herself take control of her peace. A fall was a harmonious, fun stretch of time. Beautifully adorned dishes were brought in one after another. Champagne corks were loosened with pleasant sounds. Several small tables were set here and there, each with its own theme. That was where the fun lay in this stand-up buffet party, as guests wandered from table to table, pondering what they should eat first. This is sort of a performance where Goda's genius shone through. The hotel that let him go should have regretted ever having done so. I'm sorry, I messed up. The sort of performance where Goda's genius shone through. The hotel that let him go should have regretted ever having done so. Of course, a stand-up buffet would probably be a tiring affair for the middle-aged, so chairs have been set up as well. However, each time a new dish was brought into the hall, they could get up to look, wandering through the tables however they pleased. This way, they could each bump into a new group of people and then mingle elsewhere when that group melted apart. People are interesting. As the members of each group chat, so did the topic of conversations. The bustling Halloween party played out like a colorful kaleidoscope. The origami chains decorating the walls brought back youthful memories. Those who would help anyone enjoy themselves like they were kids again. Even to Angie, it was like a dream. She chatted happily with her cousins. Even to Angie, it was like a dream. She chatted happily with her cousins. She also chatted with her aunts and uncles. Beto showed her several tricks that she called magic. Maria said they were magic. Angie said they were tricks. The night grew even more lively. The two young girls were so fired up that the adults decided to show some tricks they knew, shocking both the kids utterly. Eventually, they each started to show tricks to the others, asking if they've seen this one or that one before. It became a party of magic just perfect for Halloween. In addition to magic tricks, Several quizzes, puzzles, and games popped up reminding everyone of their childhood days. Even the servants who were serving food got dragged into the groups. The whole hall was filled with chatter. To Angie, as young as she was, every single magic trick, quiz, and riddle was an entirely new experience. They stimulated her intellectual curiosity. She couldn't contain her excitement. Add in the wide variety of delicious foods and drinks that she could choose from, and it was like being in a dream. Angie felt a floating sensation, as though she was walking on a cloud.
Angie, did you drink some of this? This is Daddy's drink.
I wanted to try some adult grape juice too, so it's okay.
I'll tell you what wine tastes like. For me, when I've had wine, it's like this,
Stinky soda. It tastes like stinky soda. Rotten grape soda. I don't like it. It hurts my tongue.
I don't like it. I don't like wine. Or at least whatever I had. Okay. Your face is looking a little red there. Are you feeling all right? She only had a little bit, so I think she'll be fine.
I'll be fine. I'm not a kid.
Angie, drink this one, okay? That stuff your dad drinks is nasty, so don't try anymore, got it? That's right! If you drink bad stuff, you'll end up as a bad adult, too.
I'm not gonna be a bad adult. I'm gonna be a princess.
That's right. Angie is our princess. Yep, she's our family's princess. I agree. You better come over to my house to play sometime. We'll have lots of fun.
Okay. Thanks, Aunt Everyone's being really nice. It almost feels like I've become a real princess. I feel so great I can almost believe that this whole celebration is being held for my sake.
The Owler stood outside that group of people. As he watched Angie smiling happily from the distance, he smiled too. When she smiles like that, she really lives up to her name. It's so sad. I agree. It really is a smile fit for an angel. I hope that smile comes from the real Angie, and not just the piece. Even if it doesn't, she's watching this, and she can think it through herself. This game between you and Angie is really overflowing with affection, so much that it's irritatingly slow for me. And what's wrong with that? There's no one to get in her way. No obstacles or tactics or anything else to worry about. That's right. This game is no longer a battle. Now that you mention it, this is cleaning up. Cleaning up after our game. I'll never be able to make up for the sin I did to her, through my careless actions. We have to take responsibility for our game. We'll make up for our sins together. That's why we're showing Angie this final game. Do you think that Angie will be able to use the key the right way? Of course. I thought about forcibly dragging her in the direction we think is right. Such an attempt would probably have been meaningless. When you're forced to make a decision, it's hard to accept that it was truly a correct one, no matter how much time passes. Exactly. Angie has to think and choose for herself. Even if she doesn't make the right decision we view as correct, I think we should respect it. You are the game master. I cannot argue with you anymore. I'll simply watch on and enjoy this night. This game is really significant for Angie, but for us, it's kind of like a party after the show. It's almost time. But are you sure? Angie might get the wrong idea again, right? It'll be fine. In fact, this is necessary. Just like how you appeared in a way that you did, and everyone else too. Then let us enjoy this fall celebration with the others. After all of them had acted their parts so well in this long game. That instant, the sound of someone clapping for attention rang out. Your attention, everyone! Please gather And now for today's special event. Goda had been the one clapping. Everyone gathered together, wondering what was going on. On the serving car in front of him was a large sliced chocolate cake. As the highlight of tonight's Halloween party, I have prepared this sacator for you all. As you can see, it was made specially for the Ushiromiya family and bears the crest of the one-winged eagle in chocolate. Please tell me I pronounced sacator right, because, I googled it just to make sure, but I read this on Friday. I might have forgotten how it's actually pronounced. I'm sorry. The stupendous cake drew a gasp of ass. I'm sorry. The stupendous cake drew a Let's try again. The stupendous cake drew a gasp of admiration from all present. What a splendid cake! A perfect highlight for the party. Oh no! It's not just the cake. Tonight's cake has a little secret. Master, I ask that you explain the secret to everyone.
Very well. This is a bit of a game. One slice of this cake will be used to select the winner.
It's got an almond in it!
Angie shouted happily. Kinzo looked at her and nodded.
In just one slice of this cake, there is a single almond. The one who chooses that piece shall become tonight's king.
Whoa! It's been a long time since I played the king game. I'm guessing the subject matter was a bit different when you played it. So what happens to the person who becomes the king?
The king gets to name one wish. Then we shall try to grant it together.
Oh! Sounds interesting!
Ah! Kings are boys! Girls can't be kings!
If a girl wins, they get to become the princess.
The almond! The one with the almond wins! Right? Right?
That's right! You're incredible, Angie! In times like this, luck can tell you something about a man. Can't let myself lose now! Hold up there. Let the smallest kids choose first. Good idea. Angie, you can go first. Hey, you're the big cousin now, Maria. Let Angie go first.
Ah! 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 But what if Angie wins? Ah! I'm gonna win! The almond wins! The almond wins!
It seems we old fogies must hope that leftovers are lucky today. If we're going by age, I guess that means Kinzo's last.
But weren't you 1,000 years old?
No! Everyone burst out laughing. Her real age was unknown, but she claimed to be 19 years old. In front of Angie lay a large cake split into several pieces. Just one of those slices was the winner. Well then, Angie, which piece would you like? Whichever will you choose. It will be ever so delicious. I wish I could try this sacratort. It would be my first time ever having sacratort.
Please, I need chocolate cake. No way! I only want the winning one.
Well then, you better try and guess right on the first shot. Go ahead and pick one. Ballard pushed Angie Small back toward the table with the cake.
Which one should I take?
The chocolate cake was cut into 15 pieces.
I want to pick the one with the almond and become the princess.
Oh, look at that delicious cake.
One of them has the almond. Which should it be? I get to choose first, but it feels sort of unfair. I mean, it is, isn't it? My chances of getting the right one are 1 in 15. There's no way I'll get it. And then when Maria goes after me, she has a 1 in 14 chance of picking the winner. The next person has a 1 in 13 chance, and then 1 in 12, and the last person will win for sure? Oni-chan, this isn't fair! It's hard for the person who goes first!
Everyone laughed. Apparently, there was something wrong with my calculations, but I still didn't like it. Then let's start this contest with luck with Angie. Please, feel free to make your selection.
Okay. If I have to pick one out of so many, there's no way I'll win. But for some reason tonight, it feels like I might actually win after all. I have no reason for feeling this way, but when I'm in a good mood, Lady Luck always brings me fortune.
Have you decided yet?
Yeah! I've decided. This one's the winner. I concentrated my fingertip and pointed at one of the 15 slices. The slice I chose was...
It doesn't matter which one you pick. Oh god, I want to eat them all. It looks so good.
Oh, I'm so chilly.
Oh, they look delicious. This is so hard. Doesn't matter which one you pick, you'll get the almond either way.
This one.
This one? Are you sure?
I made up my mind. I want this one. When he asked me whether I was sure, I felt a little uneasy. Still, at times like this, it's better to stick with your instincts. It was one of the few bits of philosophy that this young girl... It was one of the few bits of philosophy this young girl had learned from her few life experiences. Goda took the chosen slice, put it on the plate with a fork, and handed it to Angie. I go next! What should I take?
It was Maria's turn next. She was excited, determined to be the winner.
I walked away from that group all by myself. I was struck by a temptation to quickly cut the cake open and check for the almond inside. However, I stopped myself. If I check my piece first, my chance of winning is 1 in 15. However, if I wait for some other people to check their slices, then I get to see that they've lost, and my chances will go up if only slightly. In other words, instead of searching for the almond right away, my chances will go up if I wait for someone else to lose. But if someone picks a winner while I'm still sitting around here, the chances of my slice being a winner will go to 0. It'll be tough to calculate the right moment. I need to wait just for long enough for as many losers to show up as possible. My chances of winning are highest if I can check my piece immediately before someone else wins. Yeah, that's the trick to winning this game. What a strange thought. It feels like I'm missing something. Even though no one else can touch the cake that's sitting in front of me, the almond inside will appear or disappear depending on whether or not the other people win or lose. I was in such a good mood that I felt dizzy and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my theory. But I didn't realize that something was strange. There's always just one truth inside a cat box. No matter what happens outside the box, it shouldn't be able to shake the truth inside. And yet, I'm being shaken about the events outside the cat box, trying to use those to change the way I observe the box's contents. I don't even know what I'm saying. Another me inside me is trying to say that, but it's too hard for me to understand. I feel like I'm drifting. I got so cheery and excited that even though I'm not sleepy, my mind feels hazy. Maybe it's because I drank Dad's adult drink.
6-year-old Angie has a vocabulary.
In the end, even though I chose this first piece, I decided to check it last. After I see that everyone else has lost, my chances of winning will be 100%. I tried to find the contradiction in my thinking, but I didn't really get it, so I stopped. It's much better to have a 100% chance than a 1 in 15, so I decided to bet on that. I couldn't wait to open this precious treasure chest. But I waited for everyone else to choose their pieces and check them.
How's it going? Has anyone found a winner?
Ah! Mine didn't have one!
I lost too. Guess I'll have to give up on being the princess. Even if you lose, the secretary is really beautiful and delicious. It's such a good decoration, it's almost a shame to eat it. How about you? Got the almond? No, not me either. What about you, Hideyoshi? Mine's a loser too. Looks like I've used up all my luck in my company and my wife. What exactly do you mean by that? What about you, Dr. Nanjo? I'm check 8 now. Games like this can truly be fun every now and then.
Indeed. Sometimes a simple test of luck without any strategy or tactics can be quite entertaining. What about you, Beato?
Where's the liar who said leftovers would be lucky?
What about you, Angie? Was there an almond in yours? I'm checking now. Oh, you still haven't touched yours? I had been following my own personal probability theory, but I didn't think I could explain it well to Oni-chan, so I didn't mention it to him. I wonder if there's an almond in here. If I win, I'd be tonight's princess. I'll be happy if I win, but even if I don't, it'll still be a really fun night, so it's okay. It got put on hold when this cake game started, but before then everyone was having a lot of fun trading tricks and puzzles and riddles. This game is fun too, but I want to play like that again soon. Huh? What's up, Angie? Oh. I lifted that tiny thing with my fork and stared at it and showed it up to my brother. This is an almond, right?
Whoa! Angie got it! That's awesome!
At the same time, a stir rose up in the other corner of the room.
I got one! I won!
Oh, so Ava won!
My, congratulations, Ava!
That's wrong! I won! Mine has the almond! I held the almond up high and shouted across the room. The crowd around Ava split and everyone stared at me surprised. I was surprised too. The thing in her hand was without a doubt an almond.
What the heck? What's going on here? Goda. It seems to be 2 almonds. So are they both winners? But that shouldn't have... Does this mean that one of the 2 winners made a mistake?
Angie's is clearly an almond. How about your end, Kano?
Ava is clearly an almond.
It seems they both win.
Master.
What an odd occurrence! What's all this, Goda?
Well, it seems we've had a little mistake. Perhaps they should do rock, paper... Come now, don't be stingy. It just means that 2 almonds appear to signify the queen and the princess.
Precisely! Let them both be winners.
Oh, well, but...
Goda was hesitant. Actually, he had prepared a single special dessert for the king. It had been decorated in a way that made it hard to split for 2 people. It wasn't convenient for there to be 2 kings. When Ava heard Goda mumbling about something to this effect, she shrugged and laughed.
In that case, let's have Angie be the princess.
The princess? I'm the princess?
I'll be your attendant. That works, right?
Of course it worked. Angie had been worried that Ava would be declared the winner since she had spoken up first, so she hadn't even dreamed that Ava would give it up to her. But are you sure? You won too.
It's okay, I get to be your attendant. Come, princess. What wish do you want granted? Let's hear it.
I've already chosen my wish.
Oh, and what is it? Won't you tell your aunt?
I want this fun time to keep on going forever.
The young me spoke for the desire in my heart.
What we were doing before this was fun, so I'd like to keep doing it.
I get the feeling that the nuance has changed. Still, that was unmistakably my wish. What were we doing before this? Oh, you mean those tricks and puzzles?
Yeah!
Then let's do this. Listen up, everyone. This is an order from your princess. Remember how much fun we were having earlier. Let's all entertain Angie with tricks and quizzes. Hold up there. I've already used up all my magic tricks. Then let's do quizzes and riddles. So we just need to entertain Angie with the quizzes. We can all present quizzes for our princess to enjoy. I see. Understood.
Yes, how intriguing! Then, Angie, let us do it this way. Everyone will give you a quiz or a riddle, and you can try to solve them. each time you succeed, I will give you a medal.
A medal? He probably means some sort of commemorative medallion. If you get a ton of puzzles right, you get a lot of medals. Just gathering medals is a tad boring, don't you think?
Yes, depending on the number of medals you collect, I shall give you a fantastic present. Well, do you suddenly feel fired up?
It sounds amazing. So there's even a prize. Isn't that great, Angie?
Yeah! Everyone gathered around me smiling as they thought about what sort of puzzle they'd give. They're all thinking about me so that they can play with me. Just the feeling of having that all to myself almost made me explode with joy becoming the princess.